Hello everyone, my name is Katarina Fedotova and I'm the Artistic Director of the Russian Ballet Orlando. Today I have Gina and Iosif, they're two of my students at the Academy and also the dancers with the Russian Ballet Orlando company. We are going to go through the first 10 steps at the bar, the 10 most important combinations for any dancer to start learning. We are going to start with combination number 1, which is plie. Plie means to squat, and it is one of the most important combinations for a warm-up for every dancer. And we're going to start with demonstrating things facing forward and also with one hand at the bar. When we face forward, okay guys, when we face front, it's called en face. For all the beginner dancers, it is important to start with 2 hands at the bar. No matter if you're facing the bar, or facing the audience, it doesn't matter as long as both of your hands are on the bar. It is important, for your frame, for 2 shoulders and 2 hips to be parallel to one another, and to be perfectly straight. A lot of the times when you stand with one hand at the bar, the beginner dancers don't have the strongest core. So when they open the hand to the side, a lot of the times, they're all crooked and waving all over the place. So that's why for the beginner students, we're going to start with 2 hands at the bar. First position is 2 feet on parallel line, heels together, stomach in, butt in. Make sure your chin is always pulled up. The dancers cannot have the rib cage open. Okay, so make sure you always hold the rib cage in. You hold your hips, don't stick your butt out. Always hold your butt in. Long neck, stretch out. From here, we're gonna do demi-plié. Demi-plié means half of a squat. So you go down demi-plié. It's very important that your knees are pointing down to your toes. Okay, so if you roll forward like this, it puts a lot of pressure on your knees and rise up. So we're going to demonstrate the demi-plié one more time with one hand at the bar so you guys can see the importance of rolling forward. When you move first, we're going to put our hand on the waist. When you do demi-plié, go 1. You have to make sure that your heels are front on a parallel line and this knee is not rolling forward. If you roll forward, you develop habits of constantly being rolled over, and also it puts pressure on your knee. The more pressure you put on your knee, the more injuries it's going to cause. So you don't want to be 20 years old and crippled. So we squat and we make sure we push our knee back. Our butt is always in. Stick out your butt. We don't want to do this. We don't want to look like we're sitting on a chair. So our butt is in, hips front. Try to make sure you always have a straight line. Knees to the side and squat and rise up. Hold, butt in and hold. Again, demi-plié 1 and 2, up 3 and 4. Your chin, your head is to the side. Your chin is over the shoulder. Okay, your elbow is to the side on the same level with the shoulder. A lot of the times, show me the chicken hand. It is like this. Let's not do that because the elbow helps us to protect our frame. So it's very important for this elbow to be pushed front, not back. Okay, one more time. Demi-plié 1 and 2 and up 3 and 4. Let's turn to 2 hands, please. When you do demi-plié is as far as you can go without lifting up your heels. So squat down a little bit. So this, just a little bit. This, even though that looks like a demi-plié, it's not a demi-plié until you go as far down as you can until your heels can stay on the floor. The reason for the demi-plié is to stretch out the Achilles. When you stretch out the Achilles, it gives you opportunity to jump higher, to turn faster, turn more, be more efficient. If your Achilles are not stretched out at the beginning of the class, you have possibilities of ripping or pulling an Achilles where it takes you out of dance. And it just causes injuries. From here, we're going to do grand plié. Grand plié goes through the demi-plié. Demi-plié first. From here, we're going to go all the way down until our heels lift up just a little bit. Show me what not to do on demi-plié. Raise up your heels really, really high. That's not a grand plié. You have to make sure you still, even though as you go down, you have to make sure that you're still stretching your Achilles. Okay, so don't lift your heels up purposely, okay? One more time, and stand up. From here, we're gonna go demi-plié 1, let's look down to the toes, 2, grand plié 3, and 4. From here, we're gonna put our heels down first, hold it 5, and 6, up 7 and 8. Demi-plié 1 and 2, grand plié 3 and 4, demi-plié 5, hold it 6 and 7 and 8. This combination is done in all 4 positions. Now, there are 6 positions of feet. There are 4 classical positions, the other 2 are the character positions. So the first position is number 1, then battement tendu to the second, and down. Second position is as far as your toe opens and put your heel down. Number 3 is this, show me the third position. Third position is a character position. It is not practiced in class, but it is very important for the stage, for the performance, and also for all the character dances. From second position, we go to fourth. Battement tendu and the rond de jambe par terre to the front. You put your toe in front of the heel, purposely in front of the heel. From here, you're not going to bring your heel to your toes. You're going to bring your toes to your heel and pump. Fourth position is the size of your foot. So make sure you don't do over dramatic big positions. Also, the toe is across the heel, heel is across the toe. Same positions here. Demi-plié 1 and 2. Open both knees, butt down in between the 2 legs. Up 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Demi-plié 1, 2. Grand plié 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8. Battement tendu front and cross in fifth position. Fifth position is the hardest positions out of all classical positions. It is, I call it the kissing feet. Heel kisses the toe and toe kisses the heel. It needs to be completely turned out. Now, they do, a lot of the studios and a lot of some of the methods, they also don't enforce full turnout. Can you please stand one hand at the bar? So show me the non-forced fifth position. Okay? In Russian method and Vaganova method, full turnout is required. The Vaganova method is the first method that was created, and it's also the only method that developed to be injury-free. The reason why we do full turnouts is for the safety of your body and your joints. And I'm gonna, as we go through all the combinations, we're gonna explain the reason why full turnout is mandatory and it is mostly important for all the classical dancers. So fifth position and demi-plié 1 and 2. Fifth positions are a little bit harder to do plié. Your butt happens to stick out a little bit further than in first, so we have to work really hard. But it also in fifth position, it stretches out your muscles the most. Demi-plié 1 and 2, rise up 3 and 4. Grand plié 1, 2. Grand plié 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So this is again demi and grand plié. This is the first combination at the bar. The second combination at the bar is called battement tendu. Battement tendu is the warm-up for your toes, your ankles, and it is one of the most important combinations to execute the steps when you dance. Okay, so we're gonna start. Battement tendu can be done in 2 different positions, in first position and in fifth. For all the beginner dancers, battement tendu is always starting from the first position. Let's start with battement tendu front. Make sure always your frame, 2 shoulders and 2 hips, are not moving around. So let's not break the frame, as my teacher used to tell me. Battement tendu front is going to be a brushing of the foot front. 1, hold it, 2, close back 3 and 4. You can do battement tendu. It looks easy, but the execution of it, and we're going to go through it in a little bit. You can do battement tendu front, side, and back. So we're going to go battement tendu front, 1 and 2, close 3 and 4. To the side, 1 and 2, close 3 and 4. To the back, 1, 2, 3 and 4. To the side, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So it looks easy. It's a little bit harder. So let's go down to the feet, and we are going to go through of how to exactly do battement tendu. Let's turn to one hand at the bar. I'm going to go to Yosef for this one, so let's keep our hand on the waist first, so we can pay attention to the feet. When you open your battement tendu front, it is very important that you open with your heel and close with your toe. I know for some of the beginner students it doesn't make sense. The thing is, like, what we don't want to do. We don't want to turn our toes in and open and pump, and pump. So I'm going to take my hand out, and Iosif is going to show you what not to do. Twirl your toes, 1 and pump. It creates too much movement, and it also does not exercise, does not warm up anything in your body. So from here, we're going to keep our toes in and be open with our heel. Our heel front, 1, hold it, 2. Also, sickling. Sickling is this. We don't want our foot look like a broken branch. Okay, so from here, it's always our big toe chases the pinky. And from here, we're going to brush, bump. To the side, we're going to open Battement tendu, 1, hold it, 2. Make sure to the side, your shoulders are perfectly straight, your hips are free, and also your heel is in front of your toe. And close. To the back, it is open, 1 and 2. You try to push, no, point your foot. You try to keep your foot down. And pump, and to the side. Battement tendu, 1 and 2. Battement tendu can be done in first position and in fifth position. Now, we just demonstrated the first position. We're going to go and move into the fifth position. So please show me fifth position. In most schools, they don't enforce a full turnout of the fifth position. Vaganova method is the first method that was developed, and also it's the only method that developed to be injury-free. And we are very strict about enforcing fifth positions. So in Russian method, positions have to be enforced. Again, they are a heel kisses the toe and toe kisses the heel. No, fifth position. In schools, the non-enforced positions, show me fifth position that's non-enforced, is like this. So pretty much, it keeps your hips, it keeps your muscles, pretty much with no stress. The problem with that, even though that it's much easier to stand and not work as hard, but the problem with that is when you open your leg to the side. Now, Iosif is trained Russian, so he kind of likes the whole turnout. So we're going to demonstrate it together. Okay? So do enforce non-forced position. From here, if you open your Battement tendu side with not forced position, your heel is not going to be fully turned out. Okay? Gina, come here. So Iosif, you do it. All right. You do it the right way. You do it fully turned out. You know exactly what to do. Okay. Fifth position, tight fifth position, non-forced. Okay. Battement tendu from fifth position. We're going to Gina is going to demonstrate the non-enforced fifth positions, and Iosif is going to demonstrate the fully turned out fifth position. You will see the difference between one another and the injuries that it can cause with later on of your training. So everybody, both positions, open your Battement tendu to the side. So now, Iosif, as he's standing in a full position, he opens it completely to the side. Gina, on the other side, because of the enforced position, she opens it Battement tendu to the side, and the heel is not turned out. Also, your hip is in. When it comes to lifting up your leg with non-enforced fifth positions, you lift up your leg and you hold it with this muscle. Instead of the side leg should be held with your inside muscle, because the joints, the way they're rotated, this is crooked. The joints have to be rotated in. So Battement tendu to the front, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We can see. Wait to the front. We can see, how the muscles on the Iosif's legs, they develop faster. They work harder. Where Gina's is just open and close. There's not enough muscle. For the more advanced dancers, the Battement tendu is done in fifth position. Fifth position is when a toe kisses the heel, heel kisses the toe. So make sure the positions are fully turned out. Also, it's done with one hand at the bar with preparation. And 5, and 6, and 7. Hold it 8. Battement tendu to the front. 1, 2, close 3 and 4. Front again 5, 6 and 7. Turn your head 8 and side 2, close front 3, 4 and 5, 6, close back 7 and 8. To the back 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7. Head and 1, close back 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Finish 8. Battement tendu again can be done to the front, side, and back in first position and in fifth position. It's also always have to be done with the right leg first, and then when we turn to the other side, we always have to make sure we turn towards the bar and get ready for the positions, and make sure you always do the left side as well. Combination number 3 at the bar is called battement jeté. Battement jeté is very similar to battement tendu, but it's only done on the air. So for example, we're going to do with the right leg, we're going to do battement tendu front, and we're going to lift our leg on 25 degrees, too high, you always have too high, 25 degrees, battement tendu down and close. One more time, the combination goes through battement tendu and lift and point and close. It can be done front, side, and back in first position and in fifth position. But battement jeté is about a throw. Okay, so our leg have to be thrown out and stop at 25 degrees. Ready? And 1. Yeah, so that works on our hips, develops the inside of the muscles, points our feet at 7 and 8. Open 1. Make sure you fix it. Hold it 2. Battement tendu 3 and 4 and 5. Hold it 6 and 7 and 8. Show me to the side. 1, 2, and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7 to the back. Hold it 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and side and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8. For the advanced dancers, the battement jeté is done much faster. For the beginners, it is more important to develop through slow movements. If the beginner dancer begins doing battement jeté on a faster count, there's no muscle is going to develop. It's going to be a waste of your time and a waste of energy to do something that is not important and is completely useless to you. So for the advanced dancers, we're going to do, again, we're going to do them fast, but we're going to show the different counts. Okay, fifth position, please. We're only going to demonstrate it to the front, but remember, battement jeté and battement tendu always done front, side, and back. For the advanced dancers, the speed of the battement jeté changes. So it can be done on 4 counts, 2 counts, 1 count, or half a count. So we're going to do both. So 4 counts and 1, hold it 2, 3 and 4. Slow 1, hold it 2, 3 and 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold it 8. That's on 2 counts. Open on 1, close on 2. Now we're going to do it on 1 count. On 1 count, we have to close on 1. So that means we have to open on and. And 1, and 2, and 3, and stop. To the side. Show me 4 battement jeté was changing. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. That is battement jeté as the third combination of the bar. The fourth combination of the bar is called rond de jambe par terre. Rond de jambe par terre is one of the most important combinations in warming up your hips. It starts from first position, and it's done with a full circle on the floor. Battement tendu front, as we learned as the second combination. Rond de jambe to the side, then open to the back, and come back to first position. So it does a full rotation, that's kind of half a circle from 180 degrees. Around. Make sure that your frame stays completely still. When you open your battement tendu front, make sure your hip is not going with your leg. Always keep your hip back. Ready? Come back to first position. Rond de jambe par terre on 4 counts. And 1, rond de jambe 2, and 3, close 4. Again 1, to the side 2, and 3, close 4. On 2 counts for the intermediate levels. And 1, and 2. And 3. Stop. Also, if we're going to come back, rond de jambe par terre can never be crossed. Since rond de jambe par terre is done in first position, it is a heel in front of the heel. Hold it 1, and come back to the side and to the back. Hold. From the back, it is a heel, and your toe is in front of the heel. So this is rond de jambe par terre for 2 counts. And 1, and 2, and 3, close 4. Now, for the more advanced students, rond de jambe par terre is done on 1 count. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and stop. Rond de jambe par terre is also done en dehors and en dedans, which means forward and in reverse. Okay, so come back. We're going to do 3 rond de jambe en dehors and 3 rond de jambe en dedans. Okay, we have to make sure that we warm up and rotate our hips one way and then the other way for the safety of your body. One more time. 3 rond de jambe to the front. And 1, and 2, and hold it 3. Don't move. En dedans 1, and 2, and 3. Hold it 4. and close. Rond de jambe par terre is the fourth combination of the bar. Battement fondu is the fifth combination of the bar. It's translated to melt. So we're going to melt down and melt up. Iosif is going to demonstrate our wonderful fondus that he loves so much and does them every single day. From fifth position, it is on the first count, you go fondu 1, and your toe comes up to cou-de-pied. Cou-de-pied is right on this bunion right here. Make sure your big toe touches cou-de-pied front. 1, 2, and open to the front, and 3, and 4. Stay there. Make sure, just like we do battement fondu, we open with our heel. In battement fondu, it's also the same thing. Make sure you don't open with your toe. We always have to make sure we open with our heel. And again, fondu 1, hold it 2, open 3, and 4. Battement fondu can be done front, side, and back, just like every other combination. For the intermediate and advanced dancers, battement fondu is always done with one hand at the bar. We're starting with fifth position, preparation, and 5, and 6, and 7, hold it 8. Fondu front, and 1, hold it 2. You make sure your knees are completely open to the side and our butt is in. Hold it. Show me what not to do. Stick your butt out. Okay, not very attractive. Okay, funny, but not attractive. And not correct. Hold it 1, 2, open front, 3, and 4. Make sure your heel is never seen in the mirror or to the side. And fondu 5, 6, open the front, 7, and to the side. And 1, and 2, open side, 3, 4, and 5, 6, hold it, 7, to the back. And 1, 2, back, 3, hold it, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Now faster. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6. Battement fondu 7, and 8. Battement fondu for the beginner dancers is always done with 2 hands at the bar. For the intermediate dancers, it's done 1 hand at the bar on flat. For the advanced dancers, battement fondu is done with 1 hand, but on demi-point. And preparation, 5, 6, button, 7, hold it, 8. Fondu 1, and releve 2, and 3, and 4. To the side, 5, change your head, and 6, and 7, and 8. Make sure your frame is still. 1, 2, hold it, 3, 4. When you squat down, and 5. Make sure you turn out your heel. Your toes don't touch. Your knees turned out. Your butt is in. Your frame is straight to the back. And hold. Now to the side. Change your head. 1, 2. Hold it. 3. Hips in. 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Sous. Allonge. And down. And finish. The 6th combination at the bar, it's called petit battement. Petit battement is a translation from French to small beats. Again, Iosif is going to do the beginner version, Gina is going to do the intermediate version, and for the advanced dancers, don't forget it's always done on demi-point. Preparation for battement frappe. And 5, and 6, open, 7, 8. You open your leg halfway, not a full way like frappe. Open halfway, 1. And from here, you change to cou-de-pied back. Hold. You open, tick, tock, tick, tock. Tick, stop. Make sure that from the hip to the knee, nothing moves. It's just the movement like a clock. And open and close. And open, close. Open, close. Stop. From here, battement tendu and close. Now we're going to demonstrate battement frappe in a little bit of a faster beat so you can see the execution of the combination. Preparation, and 5, and 6, open, 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and fast, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, open, 1, 2, close, 3, 4. Petit battement as the 6th combination of the bar. Battement frappe, it's a throw and a hit. So it's done very rapid and very sharp, but also have to have a lot of control. Okay, so I have Gina and Iosif who is going to demonstrate frappe from both sides, from the side view and from the front. Battement frappe is always preparation with your leg to the side. Battement tendu 5, 6, open 7, and lift 8. From here, we use, in Vaganova method, we use two types of cou-de-pied. Sur le cou-de-pied and cou-de-pied back. Sur le cou-de-pied is a wrap. It is when the heel is wrapped around, the heel and the toe is wrapped around the ankle. Okay, so you always have to make sure your knees to the side, your heel is in front, your toes are on the back. As we can see it with Iosif, you have to make sure you hide the toes. So do you see how it's hidden behind? And the way it looks on this side, it's like that. Okay, so and then open to the side. Also, the second cou-de-pied is cou-de-pied back. Your heel touches, there's like a fist between your ankle and your toes. Okay, and open, battement tendu, and close front. We are going to demonstrate battement frappe on 2 counts. Ready? Preparation 5 and 6, 7, lift 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Hold it 5 and 6 and 7, 8. To the side 1, hold it, stop. To the side, you switch every single time. Now cou-de-pied back. 5 and open and close and open and close and open. Stop. To the back, it's only done with cou-de-pied front. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. Hold it 6. Don't move. 7 and 8. Side 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tendu, and close. Iosif demonstrated for more of the beginner students. Gina demonstrated for intermediate students. For the advanced students, you always have to make sure that frappe is done on demi-point. The 8th combination in the bar, it's called rond de jambe en l'air. It is literally a circle up in the air. But as easy as it sounds, it is probably one of the most challenging combinations in the bar to teach, to perform, to do, and to execute. So we are going to start with battement tendu to the side, and we are going to open our leg to 45 degrees. From the 45 degrees, our leg is going to come into the middle of your calf. Now, your toes never touch. Make sure it is half an inch away from your calf. And you open and close. Rond de jambe en l'air is done en dehors and en dedans. It is literally a circle, side and front, and en dedans it's done front and side, front and side. It never goes back. So one more time. We're going to open rond de jambe en l'air, battement tendu 5, 6, open 7 and 8. Rond de jambe and 1. The circle have to be so invisible, so small, that it barely exists, that nobody can see it. But it is very important for you to create the circle for the rotation and for the strengthening of your hips and turnout. And open, hold. Again, rond de jambe en l'air, the accent is out, not in. And 1, hold it 2. And 3, hold it 4. And 5, hold it 6. And 7, and they're done. And hold 2 and 3. 4 and 5, hold it 6 and 7, tendu and close. The 8th combination, the bar, it's called rond de jambe en l'air. The 9th combination at the bar is called adagio. Adagio is the slow movement and lift of your legs. It is probably the most beautiful combination out of the whole bar, but it also is the most challenging one. The most challenging part is the extension. The dancers have to be very flexible to properly perform the combination and to execute every single step and position of it. Today we're going to demonstrate battement lent and développé. They're the 2 beginning ways of how to start adagio. Battement lent is a lift of the leg. Again, any kind of battement you can do to the front, side, and back. Today we're just going to demonstrate to the front and side. Battement lent is battement tendu front. Open your arm. And you're going to lift. And 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close. 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Battement lent is just a lift of the leg and try to get it as high as possible. You can also do it with plie. You can also add different combinations and different movements into it. But for the beginner and for the introduction level, make sure you know the difference. In Adagio, battement lent is simply a lift of the leg. We're going to do it one more time to the front and to the side. And 5, preparation 6, 7, and 8. Battement lent front 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. The higher extension, the prettier it looks. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And side 1, and 2, and lift 3, and 4. The higher the better. 5, 6, down 7, and 8. This is battement lent as the first part of the Adagio. The second part of Adagio is développé. Développé is to develop. So it starts with your leg going up to passé. And just like any other opening to the front, you are going to open it, keep your heel knee back. You're going to open it with your heel front 6 and down 7 and 8. Développé. Passé 1, open front 2 and 3 and 4. Also, développé can be done with plié, which is much easier, and you can get your legs a little bit higher. And most dancers prefer, right? Including me. And, Иосиф, ты тоже с plié любишь? Oh, it's, for him it doesn't matter, he's that good. Ready, and passé, développé with plié. And passé 1, plié front, and 2, and 3, and 4. Again, passé 1, plié 2, hold it up, and 3, down, and 4. To the side, and 1, and plié 2. Make sure your butt does not stick out. 2, up, 3, close, and 4, and 5, and plié 6, and 7, and 8. The 10th combination, the bar, and the last combination, the bar, it's called grand battement. Grand battement was my favorite combinations because I had a lot of strength as a dancer, so I could kick that leg up really, really high. And I had pretty good extensions, so that helped a lot as well. So Gina is going to demonstrate for the beginners. Iosif is going to demonstrate for the more advanced with one hand at the bar. Preparation, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Grand battement front, you have to throw it up and control it down. Make sure you don't throw it up and drop it down, okay? So that's the hardest, the challenging part is the control down. And the control you learn with the beginning combinations at the bar. So with plié, battement tendu, battement jeté, rond de jambe par terre, battement fondu, you learn how to control the muscles on the inner muscles. And it comes handy in grand battement. If you don't have control of your muscles, your grand battement is gonna look like, and it sounds very heavy. Kind of like a guillotine. Guillotine, yes. I call Gina's legs guillotine. So when she first started dancing, she used to drop those legs like a guillotine, you know, chopping off her head. It became a joke in the academy. So please, no guillotine, okay? So control your legs. All right, ready? And grand battement. Again, any kind of battement can be done to the front, side, and back. And on 2 counts. And 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and to the side 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Iosif back. And 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and side 5, close back, and 6, battement 7, and 8. And this concludes our 10th combination at the bar, and it's called grand battement.